Hello folks, so thought I'd do a different video today. This is a workshop and current engine collection tour. There's a few engines that I do have that aren't in this video because they're dotted around different places. But this is the ones that are at home that are in the workshop. There's a few more at home that are tucked away in places as well. And also the workshop isn't fully how I want it yet. There's a few things I'm going to change and a few things I've still got to get, but this is it in its current state. So we'll start with the engines and then I'll show you the workshop. So we'll start from over here. This is my 1941 Motor Chappie TY2. It's a French built air-cooled engine on its original trolley. It's got a Sev magneto, which is basically the same mag as a BTH, the ones they put on the Peta M's, which I did have a Peta M until recently. I had an M apple top because these are new engines in the collection. Two of the engines are new and I did sell my apple top. So it's got a Solex carb, the same as you'll find on a Fowler. One thing I like about these French engines is the fixed starting handle. So the starting handle can't be pulled out, it's in there constantly. So there's no worry about getting to a rally and realising, oh, I've forgotten my starting handle, which I have done before, once or twice. It's got this nice big wooden pulley. I believe it's an original pulley as well. Now, this isn't a normal trolley. It's got, first thing you'll notice is it's got removable handles, which are over here. Also, it's got this lever here. And if you pull this lever out, these pins retract and the axle lifts right up. So the frame can sit flat on the floor and you don't have to have a Wolseley head under it, keeping it balanced. I need to loosen them off a bit though, because it's a bit stiff at the minute. So that's why it's sat on a Wolseley head at the minute. That's the mag cover. The mag cover's off at the minute because I'm trying to get a spark out of the mag currently, because I can't seem to get one. Here's your throttle, which if you pull out this knob here, can be moved around and set to your desired position. It's got lots of little pins. It's got lots of little holes for the pins to sit in. Got this cowl around the head, just like most air-cooled engines, to keep the air circulating nicely. This engine is pretty much as it would have left the factory. I think most of the parts, I think all the parts are original. It's definitely been repainted at some point. And the only thing that I think is missing is the sort of screw that keeps this one fixed down, which is where your spark plug is under there. And it should lever up on this. It should open up like this on that hinge, but the hinge is stuck. And it should also have, like I say, a cap that screws down onto there that holds it shut. Nice big fuel tank on this one as well, actually. But yeah, that's my Motor Chappie. Next is my rad-cooled Lister D. This is a nice engine actually. I believe it's 1949, I might be wrong, it's a Spec 28. It's got the extended filler neck, which is quite rare to find. You've also got original Lister skids. I believe this engine was most likely some sort of genset at some point, which the filler neck would sort of tell me it was, because that's what most of them have, but it has got a pulley on it, so it's probably been converted at some point just to be a normal one. This one has been restored as well at some point, but it's an older restoration and really wants redoing. I think this one would really run nicer, does run nicer than most Lister Ds, because it's under constant load because of the fan for the radiator. So yeah, the engine is under constant load. So it does run quite nicely actually. Probably one of the nicest running listed Ds I think I've ever had. That's wrong. I want to change that and put an original one on, and the carb is the wrong colour, but I'm not really going to touch any of that until I eventually get around to restoring it. There's the pillar drill for the Ruston, which isn't in this video because it's away having a key drilled out. I was planning on doing a video on that. Maybe later this week, depends when I get it back. Next engine is another of my new ones. This is a 1921 Manco Hired Man. This is the throttle governed one, and it's petrol paraffin, but it's been converted to run on just petrol. As you can see, that would be where the paraffin line goes in, but it runs on just petrol. It's original mag, which some of these you see don't have mags. I've had plenty of engines that run on battery and coil, which is quite nice actually sometimes. You've got the original spec plate there and a pulley, so might hook this up to something at some point. Might get a nice water pump for it. Someone's taken really nice care of this engine because this is a lovely trolley. It's been properly varnished, and they put the Manco plaque on it. It's a steering axle, the handle's removable. It's all round, it's a really nice engine. It starts really easy, runs lovely. Still playing around with the drip rate a little bit. Most of Manco owners will know they kind of like to run a bit oily. I know the mule team that I've got likes to run quite oily. Yeah, it's a lovely engine this, and I was planning on doing a video of it running today, but believe it or not, it has been raining today, even though you wouldn't know it. If you look outside now, it's nice and dry, and it's actually quite sunny now. But knowing my luck, I'd pull out, get it ready to run, and it would start raining. So yeah, that's the Manco, new one that. Next we move on to my 1927 Fairbanks Morse Z 2 horsepower, which is a bit of a rarer size in the UK. You don't see many of these. I've had this engine going on 4 years now, so it's probably, other than my original listed, one of the longest owned engines I've got. I think I got it for my 18th birthday actually. It's a lovely engine. I've rallied this many times. It's semi-retired now. Comes out a handful of times a year for a little run. But really, you can't fault these Fairbankses. They're brilliant engines. And anyone looking to get into open cranks, other than a Manco, I'd get a Fairbanks because they're brilliant little engines. This one would fit in the boot of a car as well. Looks quite big on camera, but it really isn't when you compare it to the size of the Manco as well. They are a bit smaller. They did do them in a 1.5 as the smallest, but they're virtually the same size as this. And they did the dish pan in 2 horse as well, which is the more common one you'll see in 2 horse, is the dish pan. Should have an oiler. I've taken it off so it doesn't get damaged because I've not been in this workshop long, and it was up where I used to keep my engines, so I used to take the oiler off of it to keep it protected. And also when I had my Rock Island, I used to nick the oiler off this one for the Rock Island. Next is a bit of a project engine. This is I'm not sure on the year, I can't remember what year I dated it at. Might have been about 1950 I think. It's an actual proper DK, it's not a conversion, this is a factory DK. It's a 2 horsepower as well. So it's got the smaller flywheel. So it's a 2 horsepower and it's an original tank cooled engine, this one. On Lister skids, the tank is outside because I haven't got anywhere to put it in here at the minute. This engine is a project I've been working on for a little while now. It doesn't have very good compression, so that's what I've been trying to figure out on it. And the tank had lots of holes in, so I've had to patch a lot of them. But this engine is one that is a sort of ongoing project. I do a little bit too here and there. It's lovely original condition. The tank's in lovely condition as well. So this fuel tank is really nice inside. It's funny because I find a lot of the original condition Lister tanks are actually a lot nicer inside than a lot of the restored ones. So yeah, whether it's because they've not been used in so long, they've just been sat dry, don't know. But yeah, it's got the DK vaporizer on. It's a lovely engine this, and I look forward to having this one running properly. Next we'll move on to sort of the more workshop side of things. I've got my spare parts box here. There's quite a few Lister D tanks. That's a new one actually I've got. The small brass cat. There'll be more for spares because a lot of those small brass cats are meant to be on the narrow tanks. All the parts for the Ruston are here at the minute, all boxed up. And then you've got my 1932 Spec 13 Lister D, which again is an ongoing project because I'm waiting for parts to come on that one. I'm waiting for a brand new fuel tank because it's the narrow style, it's not the flat bottom style tank, that one. So yeah, I think that was about a 3-month wait, and that was at the start of this month. So still waiting for that. Hence why it's been sort of pushed back to there at the minute. Next we move on to my toolbox. And this is a SGS stack. Now I know a lot of people don't really like SGS when it comes to toolboxes, but I really can't fault this one. I think it was 350 quid, brand new from SGS on sale, plastic bumpers on the side, so you can ram it into stuff and it won't get damaged. Not that I make a habit of ramming it into stuff. Up top you've got this nice big tray like most toolboxes, on gas struts, side table, and pocket that I got my grease gun in. The drawers are really nice as well, so that's my sort of assortment of random bits. Still not very organised this. It's sort of semi-organised with my sockets in this one. There's still quite a few tools I want to get to fill it up really. I still haven't got, mainly because they're quite expensive tools. Got my other toolbox on there. That's my original toolbox, and that was actually my dad's when he did his machinist apprenticeship. So it's been in the family sort of since about 1990, I think, and it's been my dad's and granddad's. This is just what I keep all my spanners in. So you've got Whitworth and Imperial at the top, and metric down the bottom. You see it's lost its handle on that, so I replaced it with a spark plug I had lying around. My workbenches are a bit of a mess. Got some Lister mags there, some of the Ruston parts, which will give you a sneak peek into the Ruston project, been painted up. That's part of the Lister D restoration. If we go under the bench, got another of my engines. That's a Wolseley WD2, and it's a 3 horsepower, which is quite a rare size for Wolseley WD2s. It was a special order back when it was made. I think it's 1949, that one as well. And it was a special order in a batch of 3, and they were all painted blue, which is quite interesting. Second workbench, which again is a bit of a mess because I'm sort of constantly working on different stuff and I just tidy here and then, and there's still quite a few parts that haven't found homes yet. Under that we've got my compressor. This is again SGS. It's a 100-litre air compressor, and again I can't fault it. I've not found any problems with it. It's not that loud. I don't keep it constantly running, I generally just charge it up at the minute, put a decent amount of air in it, and that will keep me going for however long I need to use it. Usually lasts, I usually only run it about once a week. That was also on sale and it was just under 400 quid, and it came with some air tools. So again, quite well priced. I like SGS stuff. A lot of people complain that it's arrived damaged. I had no problems with my stuff, and yeah, it all arrived really well boxed and in quite good condition. Well, as you would expect, being new, no damage or anything. But yeah, that is pretty much my workshop as it is and my current engine collection. Like I said, there's still a few engines here and there scattered about different places that I'll do a video on at some point. I'm going to do a video on my tractors as well at some point, but there's one I need to fix something on, so I'm going to wait until I fix that to do a video on them. The Ruston should be back this week, so we can get on with the Ruston project. But any questions, let me know. This is pretty much how it is. I've got a few bits coming for the workshop. I've got to pick up a nice big benchtop pillar drill as well I've been given. So yeah, hope you enjoyed the video, and be sure to subscribe to the channel if this is the sort of videos you like, and I'll see you in the next one.